On.
You ready for What the Heck Sports? With your host, Stephen Heck.
Introducing my team, straight from the cracks in the cement, and can carry twice his weight on his back, my guy, candid.
If it's got a scoreboard, you know we talking about it. What the heck? This is all on. Stand your
And this is my other team member. What's your name today, Eddie?
breaking it all down.
Welcome to What the Heck Sports, where we break it all down. Man, listen, y'all really thought that trade made sense.
Ship the bank. What the heck?
So what up, y'all? That's the intro. What we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce those guys, introduce them to the stage that carries 2 times the weight on his back. Cool, Ant. What's going on, Mr. Duke? I hope to see you in the finals. And then Ron Artest lawyer is here today. I don't know.
Yeah. Yo.
I don't know who you are every week. It doesn't matter. Today you're the lawyer, Ron Artest. I see you got the Jets hat on today, finally representing something over here in sports. I appreciate it. Show that your team, trash. Joe
We got
Namath.
him.
I think the last time y'all won a fucking Super Bowl.
Broadway Joe.
But how are y'all doing this morning? How's everything going?
Yeah, so I've been a little bit under the weather, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We here. I just want to tell you on the intro, bro, you look like Hollow the Dawn.
It's too early for this, man.
Yo.
What do you do, Heck? What do you do, Ant, man? A lot to touch on today.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to our executive producer, Mr.
Yes,
Savage.
who put all of that together. Who definitely put
Always cooking in the background, man. And glad to be here today. And to the audience, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share the show with all your friends and family.
Yes, sir.
Definitely do all of that.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
So that's what we doing. But anyways, I just, we had this little competition going for the bracket, whatever. We all got in. It had a surprising lead. And then at the switch of a light, what happened? Here comes Ron Artest lawyer. Went up by a whole bunch and moved into second. Wow, what happened? Either way, second don't matter. Second place don't count. We about to, don't count. Either way, we got the pay up. But Arizona looking very good yesterday after that scare from Purdue. Michigan looking more dominant than anybody in the whole tournament right now, if I must say so myself. And then and Duke with the scare against St. John's. I don't know. Want to touch on that a little bit, Ant? What happened with your squad?
Well, that's why I wore the hat today. I was gonna wear something different, but the way I'm feeling, I think this might be the last day for me to wear this. I think it's over. Like, yo, we can't continue to play like this, man. We cannot continue to play like this. Cam Boozer. While the numbers say one thing, the reflection of the game is another thing. He's not as crisp as of a player that I thought, or polished, like when I looked at my one and done from the past. We got Cooper Flag, Zion, those gifted players that come in as the top player in the nation and really show it. He's not giving that. But anyway, and then his brother, oh my God, he can't dribble worth shit. Like,
So with that being said, with that small point being said, let me ask you a question. Should they be one of the ones to start to bring it back where they should actually stay and play another year or two?
I would say, I honestly think that should have been something that they should have never gotten away from. They, like, honestly, at least 2 years, I think you should be in college to learn the game, learn how to play the right way, get your body right, and then go into the. But I understand circumstances, right? Some people, they need the money, right? They need to feed their families. But then the NIL negates that anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I think
AJ Depanta, $7 million this year.
Right. You know what I'm saying? $7 million. So it's like, your family don't need to eat no more. You good. They've been eating. They off the oodles and noodles. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as that Duke St. John's game, we could not beat the pressure. I think we beat them because of Rick Pitino. It wasn't nothing we did. Rick Pitino locked that boy Prey. He locked him back up and put him on the bench and didn't play him the right amount of minutes in the second half. That boy was killing us. His energy alone was killing us. He was hitting threes. He was diving for loose balls. He was getting key blocks. Those were the things that he brought to the table that were not there in the second half. And it honestly,
Mr. John Hussey, appreciate you.
It made me feel like honestly, like somebody made a phone call, and this is my second week in a row saying that about my own team. Somebody's making a phone call. You see, when you look at the commercials for March Madness, you see the Charles Barkley and Samuel Jackson Capital One, and then you see State Farm with the Boozer brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on, guys? Again, here's my take. Rick Pitino, he took I don't know if he forgot to take his Alzheimer medicine that day. I mean, he forgot how disruptive that kid was being in the game, and then he decided to sit him. But at the same time, he was not part of the constant rotation of the team. Let's not forget, St. John's ranked 135th in the nation in shooting and 178 in scoring. So St. John's, their game wasn't predicated on coming into your building and scoring 80, 85, 90 points. It was about pressure, defense. But at the end of the day, the Duke Blue Devils beat them on the sole grounds of having more talent, a more talented squad. And the Duke Blue Devils, like I said in our March Madness special that we had a couple of Mondays ago, they demonstrated against Siena that basically they have been limping throughout the tournament. And if this is not a wake-up call for them, I have them going all the way to the Final Four. And today, they are playing a UConn game that all of a sudden is an underdog. Caravan, their senior captain, has come alive. Tyrese Reed is going to do his thing. And if Sol Ball can do what he does, I mean, that UConn game today, UConn Duke, I don't see a path for Duke to be the dominant team that we all have been expecting. So, my St. John's Red Storm are out of the tournament. I had them losing to Duke, but I didn't have them in my book beating Duke at the halftime and looking so. Duke couldn't breathe the first 5-10 minutes of the game. They were having trouble getting the ball past midcourt. And Duke, if you ask me what is the most surprising thing that I've seen in the tournament so far, is how soft, if that's the right word, they have looked throughout the tournament, the Blue Devils, when you take into consideration that they were the number 1 seed overall coming into the tournament and everybody's favorite.
Okay.
Now, in regards to that, though, well, hence that's why I wore my hat today, because honestly, the way we've been looking, I don't think if we play like that again, and you can't follow the blueprint somehow, we're putting pressure on the basketball. They have enough power on offense. They got enough good players that can really score the basketball that we could get blown out today.
Oh yeah. It is a possibility when you take into consideration that Danny Hurley, he likes to post, he likes to play a lot in the paint, and Tyrese Reed Jr. didn't have his best game last time, and all of a sudden, Caravan just exploded, and Mullins and UConn is a team that, like I said, I don't think that they deserved the number 2 seed that they got because they lost the Big East tournament, but we cannot forget this is a team that has won 2 out of the last 3 national champions. They keep finding ways, scrappy ways to beat you. And if, like you said, and they can find a way to pressure Duke, because Duke seemed extremely uncomfortable. Coach Shire had to call a couple of timeouts just to kind of like give them some breathing room, because Duke couldn't pass midcourt without being hassled. So when you take the combination of pressure and those 3-pointers, that perimeter game that UConn has as a threat, it's gonna be a tough battle today. UConn Duke.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about your Arizona squad that you picked to win the finals. As I see right now, Michigan and Arizona look like the most complete teams out there. There was a big scare last night. You know, Purdue did put up a good fight early, but you picked them. Ron Artest's lawyer, you picked them to win the finals. Explain what you see so far.
I mean, I've seen them what I've seen all year long. This is a team that I had them winning it all since November, and the main reason, like I said in our NCAA tournament special, is Tommy Lloyd. Tommy Lloyd is a coach that, if you guys watched that game last night, it seemed that Arizona was out, and at one point they were down by 10 with like 3 minutes left, and all of a sudden you leave the TV on, you go grab something to eat and something to drink, and you come back and Arizona is up by 15. This is a team.
So to me there was a small point in the game, like where that turned. And when the dude hit his head on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after that, and he got back up and kept playing.
Yes.
Like he didn't even they didn't pin him to the sidelines. Yeah. Nothing happened. He took his time, got back up, and then all the momentum shifted literally after that play.
He ignited the engine.
He ignited. Yeah, that's a great point, Heck. And he didn't follow no concussion protocol. He just went like he was in Rocker Park. He was in Rocker Park and he just kept playing. And that's a great point. And that is exactly one of the traits that this team has, and one of the main reasons. Not only they can defend well, they can attack well. Their perimeter game is suspect. But at the end of the day, Tommy Lloyd has a team that knows how to play the scrappy game. It reminds me of those Kentucky teams with Mr. Rick Pitino, the most hated man in the NCAA. That they were greedy. They will wear you out, because if it was another team last night against that Boilermakers team that they were playing phenomenal, Arizona would have probably lost. But the DNA of this team, the characteristic of this team, is to play tough, play nasty, play greedy, never give up. And other than last night, this team was not trailing in none of their games. They have dominated through and through. And as of right now in Vegas, Arizona is the favorite to win it all, followed by the Michigan Wolverines. So it's going to be, if Michigan can get over the hump and beating the Tennessee Volunteers that all of a sudden look inspired under Rick Barnes, it's going to be a phenomenal semifinals. Arizona Wildcats, Michigan Wolverines that deserve to be the finals, not a semifinal.
Hey, that's the funniest part about it. If we win today, I'm looking forward to seeing one of them two. As long as we don't got to play none of those two. Like, even though UConn, like I said, I I'm gonna be. I just don't see us beating them today. I don't even have the energy. I'm a root for my team, like as I always do. I just don't. We can't beat them the
You
way
won't
we
be
play.
upset.
No, I won't be highly. I won't break nothing.
What's crazy is like so they got this freshman right that I watched when I watched UConn, the game prior, and it was like he hit a shot, and I guess he was like 0 for like whatever, like 0 for 11 or some joint coming in, and next thing you know he hit a shot, and it was like yo Bobby Hurley's going crazy, and the announcers was like there's a reason that he's going crazy, and next thing you know, like he just didn't miss. And I guess him hitting that and seeing that ball go in the hoop,
It
it was like
changes.
an
Yeah.
automatic, like, and then he's a freshman. Like, think of he's a freshman.
Yeah,
And
I
we're gonna
mean,
have this moving forward, that type of player moving forward for a while. Now, I
And
mean, as
we got
UConn
Caleb
does,
Forster too. We won't get that again. We won't. What he as inspired as he played the other day. He's a good player, but he's not that type of player. Where we're going to continue. And St. John's has small guards, so he was able to go over the top of them. They was able to lean and get to the basket at will because UConn. Or
who's
I
your
mean, St. John's also didn't have a shot blocker.
well, who's your player that you see against UConn at this point that can turn the tide in that way to give y'all that energy and that boost to push y'all forward to the finals?
The same player has been Isaiah Evans. Boozer, like you, I'm beginning to look at him a little differently when these bright lights are on. Like the whole season, he's been dominating. Oh, Cam Boozer, and like I said, the numbers don't show. Like the very first show we've ever did, do the numbers tell the story? Right? His numbers are not telling the story. I don't care if you're getting 20 and 10. It's not at points when you're supposed to be dominating and taking over the game. You're getting those points and rebounds in scrappy parts of play based on the dominance of Isaiah Evans scoring. When your brother was having good games like the past, not this game, but 2 games prior in the ACC tournament, or for the defensive mindset of Malik Brown, you're getting yours off of those, and they're supposed to be leaning on you as the top guy, and it's just not happening. So either he steps up today, or I won't be wearing this Duke hat until November.
I'll beg to differ with you on when you say about Caleb Foster. Caleb Foster is a player that he's not going to win you a game, but he's going to help you win the game. We noticed the difference that he makes when he was on the court against the St. John's Red Storm last week, and how much. Remember, he hadn't played in 5 games, and in the previous 5 games before the last game. So Duke throughout the year looked strong, looked tough, looked unbeatable. Yet in those 5 games that Foster was out, they looked very vulnerable. So I wouldn't disregard Foster. He's not going to light it up today, but he's a player. He's extremely nifty, and he can contribute not to win you the game. I mean, that falls on the shoulders of the Boozer brothers and Mr. Isaiah Evans. But Foster can contribute if Duke were to win against a UConn Huskies team that looks extremely inspired and is looking tough to beat today.
No, but that was my point. It's not disregarding him, but I've been watching him for 3 years. What he did against St. John's was the first time that he's done it in 3 years. Right? So I know he's a good player. He's probably, honestly, I'm looking at it now, our best ball handler. I don't see how, but he is. He makes decent decisions with the basketball, but as far as the way he dominated offensively, like we would need that from him again today, but I don't know if if that's not his game as it has been the last 3 years. Maybe because we've had other players that maybe overshadowed him. That maybe overshadowed what his talent level is, and now it's time for him to do what he did. Hopefully he can do it again. I just can't see it.
I mean, all you ask for him is to we can't question his toughness. I mean, the guy's playing
No,
hurt.
no,
The
not at
guy's
all.
playing hurt, and I think that can serve as a catalyst for the team to play tough. I mean, one of the things that I've criticized to Duke throughout the tournament.
He's tougher than Darren Peterson.
Exactly. I mean, one of the things that I've criticized to Duke throughout the tournament and when we did the tournament show is their toughness. We have to agree. There's times that Duke seems and play like a soft team. So Foster, again, he's not going to win the game today, but his mere presence perhaps can, move something within the team, because like you said, Cameron Boozer is putting his 25 and 10, but when you watch the game, the eye test, he's not impressing nobody. So at the end of the day, in sports, there's a saying that says one thing is winning, another one is convincing, and the Duke Blue Devils ain't convincing anyone at this point.
No. But that and I'm laughing though, because this always brings back a conversation. All of these go back to what Steven was talking about at one point, where we talked about players that need to stay in school. You get a player like Caleb Foster, right? He's a junior.
What's
So
good,
his
LeVon?
mind mentally, right?
Thank you for
Mentally,
joining in.
he's able to withstand, be tougher. Some of these guys coming out of high school have not seen this level of competition against a lot of these schools where you got players that, like that St. John's team, how many freshmen they have, right? They don't get St. John's don't get the one and dones. They got sophomores, juniors, and seniors that you're playing against. You're 18 playing against a 21, 22-year-old.
I think
that's why they look soft.
One of their bench players is like 35 years old with grandkids already. I mean,
right.
The Red Storm, and that's one of the keys that I thought that I picked them to go this far in the tournament, their experience. Mm-hmm. But now with the state of the NCAA and going back to Heck's point at the beginning of the show,
right.
Something needs to be done. I don't know if it's going to be the one and done, but at least we spoke about it before in the show, how, for instance, European players per capita are the most successful players in the NBA. If you think about how many European players come to the NBA and become successful, and one of the reasons is that before they go into the court, they go to the classroom. So we need to start teaching these kids the fundamentals, similar to what you do in football, that you start teaching the kids the X's and O's. These kids need not only they need to stay a year, but they also need to go back to the classroom and start learning the fundamentals of basketball, because a lot of times when you look at a guy like Cameron Boozer, I don't see Cameron Boozer becoming a productive NBA player within the next 2 years. So there's a lot of things to be done in the NCAA.
Yeah. Right. Well, speaking of the NCAA, I see you got that Jets hat on. Well, before we get into the I want to know what you think about your Jets, Ty Simpson, Fernando Mendoza. I know you've been advocating for Mendoza for some time now. How do you feel about Ty Simpson and Mendoza at this point, moving into the draft coming in April?
I mean, Fernando Mendoza, he already moved. He already moved to Las Vegas. That guy is a lock at number one. He's going to the Raiders. Now, where it gets interesting is that there's a huge drop between the first quarterback in this class, which is Mendoza, and then the next two, which are Ty Simpson and Drew Aller, interchangeable 2 and 3. It is a tough. The thing that I don't like about Ty Simpson is that he has a limited set of snaps for us to watch, to study. He only had a full year starting for the Alabama Crimson Tide. But at the same time, he played in the SEC. And numerous times we have touched on this topic that when you play in the SEC, you basically become NFL ready right away. So on the other hand, Drew Aller is a very intriguing prospect, played at Penn State.
He was tough for the first couple of years. Go ahead.
Exactly. I mean, you saw him a couple of times, playing against your Michigan Wolverines. The guy has talent, but he seems more like a project. He seems more like a guy that needs more refinement than Ty Simpson, who seems more NFL ready if you take into consideration that he played in a tougher conference. So at this point, I see the Jets taking David Bailey at 2, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, who led the nation last year in sacks, an extremely disruptive player. And I see us taking Makai Lemon at 16, the wide receiver from USC, to complement Garrett Wilson. Makai is a guy that is 5'11", 175 pounds, can play the slot, can play outside, gives me a lot of Wandale Robinson vibes. You that are familiar with Robinson play with the Giants, but I'm more elevated, like a high definition version of Wandale Robinson, a guy that is extremely fast, can blow the top of a defense. So I'm looking forward for those two. But I see Simpson and Aller. I wouldn't be mad if the Jets take either one at 33, but I don't want us going quarterback in the first round, especially when you have in 2027.
But you got Geno Smith.
I mean, Geno, at the end of the day, like I said, like Ant said a few shows ago, Geno is not the same Geno that the Jets had in 2013, 2014. This is a mature. Geno is 36 years old, so the guy is going to come in not to save the franchise, but to get the job done. And
he's a bridge.
Exactly. So when you take in consideration a guy like Garrett Wilson that had 3 1,000-yard receiving yard season to start his career, with Walmart cart pushers throwing the ball at him, what will Garrett Wilson do with help from Mekhi Lemon, with help from Mason Taylor, the Jason Taylor's son at tight end, Brees Hall coming out of the backfield, Frank Reich, the new offensive coordinator, a guy that is crazy. You know how he was doing the Philly special in the Super Bowl and all these crazy plays. So Geno is all right. So I see the Jets taking Bailey and Lemon with the 2nd and 16th overall pick, and then Simpson or Aller with the 33rd pick.
He wants to see you.
All right. So, being that we got that,
Hold on.
I got a real. I've seen something, and I want to kind of touch on it and see where you guys is at. I'm gonna go to Ant first with this, and this is coming back. Rest in peace, and to one of our greats. Was Kobe more skilled than MJ? Can't hear you.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking to the grandson real quick on the phone. Was Kobe more skilled than MJ?
Before you answer that, let's hold on. I'm gonna give you real quick. Hold on.
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
Now, I want you to get to that point, and you go first. Kobe more skilled than Michael Jordan?
It's hard to say, but you know what's crazy? I think I'm gonna say yes. There's points in regards to both. Like, we already know he's the carbon copy of what Michael Jordan was, right? We already know that. But there's things in regards to Kobe. Kobe's body wasn't what Michael Jordan's is, right? Kobe didn't. When he tried to put on weight, it didn't look right. He couldn't play. Michael Jordan, his body type, his hands, everything was just. He was just physically almost intimidating too for a lot of those players. Even though he looked small, but Mike had size. Kobe had little hands. He couldn't jump too high. He had a better handle. I think he
My
shot.
God. My bad.
No, you good. Oh, I see him.
Back.
I see him.
What up, my dude? Appreciate you.
I see him. Yo, what's good, chat? So he had a better handle. Kobe picked his spots. I think he picked his spots better where he can beat you. And he's Michael Jordan, that wasn't his game, but of the way it looked as Kobe's years is when the three really started to take off. So, and from the look of it, he shot better from three.
So when we go back and we're going to take 6 threes in the first game of the finals against Portland in the first half with Michael Jordan, was it he took what the defense gave him at that point? So
yes.
And the 3-point game wasn't what it was today. You know what I mean?
Right.
Thanks to Steph Curry and
that was a big thing. That was a big deal.
Right. So like, was it the fact that he he took what the defense gave him and he just did what he had to do so he can hit the three. We've seen him play point guard and have triple doubles, like 7, 8 triple doubles in a row, right? So like, was it just because he was actually playing in the system or whatever that we didn't get to see that type of game?
That's more than likely what it is, right? The difference. That's why I get tired of the comparison so much, is because they have. You're talking about the differences in errors, right? We can, if you want to compare, let's compare the players that we have in a certain errors, where it is Kevin Durant and and LeBron, like those type of players that's playing in the same era where the rules are the same and the style of play is the same. With Kobe and Mike, even though they got to play against each other a bit, the rules were changing in the mix of when they were playing. Like you said, that was a big deal. Remember, I'm pretty sure we probably called each other like, "Yo, Michael Jordan just hit 6 threes," and that was a big deal at that point in time, right? Even remember Kenny Smith hit like 8 against Orlando. So it was like, yo, those was a big deal back then. It just wasn't a high octane part of the game at that time. So, but I think still, and when you look at skill set, I would say Kobe had more skill. He still wasn't the better player, though. He wasn't the better player by far. First of all, we gotta stop. Even with that comparison, he's a carbon copy, but he's a carbon copy of the Michael Jordan that we seen when he came back. That Michael Jordan that came in averaging 38 points a game, Kobe ain't never touched that. I don't give a damn what he was doing. That dynamic player jumping from one side of the box and going up under and all of this kind of the things that we seen that man doing, average 38 points a game. And like you said, at one point he played point guard and was averaging a triple-double. He averaged a triple-double like 11 straight games. So it's no one has never touched that. So that the comparisons really start to get annoying after a while.
But they did play in the same system with the same coach.
And right. That is true. And that system with that coach who is Phil Jackson.
And 11 rings between the two of them.
That's fucking crazy.
Between Kobe, and then when Shaq left, he got 2 more, and he outdid Shaq, saying, "I don't need you." He did that with an Andrew Bynum and a Paul Gasol, Derek Fisher, like Ron Artest that hit the big shot. Shout out to him at this point. You know what I mean? And one of those finals.
My client, right. Gotta call him up later. Hey, when you take into consideration, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant won 20% of all the NBA championships that has ever played. Everybody that knows me knows that Kobe Bryant is my favorite player. So my answer, I don't want it to be biased. I'm going to be as objective as possible. Kobe Bryant was a more skilled player than MJ, but MJ, of course, we all know. Salute to the GOAT. He probably in Dominican Republic right now in his golf course, Amanera Golf Club in Rio San Juan. MJ is the greatest basketball player in the planet, in the universe. We all know that. But I'm going to bring up a player that kind of like exemplifies why skills is not enough. The most skilled player that I've seen in my lifetime, I'm not talking about YouTube clips or going through magazines from my grandfather from the 1950s. No. I'm talking a player that I saw is Anthony Penny Hardaway. I mean, Penny Hardaway is the most unique talent in the history of the game, in my perspective. He was a rare combination of physical gifts, skills, style. I mean, we're talking about a 6'7" point guard that started the trend of the point forward. A lot of players started emulating his game. I mean, when you look at a guy like Anthony Hardaway, when I saw him, what I noticed was a hybrid of Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. The guy could dish 19 points, not 19 assists. But if Shaq was off that night, you best believe that Penny could put 35 on you. So this is a guy that was ahead of his time. And when you look at guys like, for instance, Ants, Blue Devils, Grant Hill emulated his game after Penny Hardaway. Tracy McGrady emulated the game after Penny Hardaway. So to all those LeBron sexual fans out there will be no LeBron without a Penny Hardaway coming through the league, a guy that broke all the rules, broke all the barriers, a 6'7", playing point guard, but not a point guard in the style of Magic Johnson, because let's not forget, Magic Johnson was an amazing, phenomenal player, But Magic Johnson had deficiencies in the perimeter game, and he was a guy that he wins you the game, but he wasn't lighting it up when it came to the scoring part. But Penny could defend, Penny could assist, Penny could score, and he was a good complement to Shaq. But everybody knows that the injuries derailed his career. So at the end of the day, Jordan is a better player, less skilled for that matter than Kobe, but he's a better player. We're talking about a guy that won the 1988 Defensive Player of the NBA, Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA, 9 times first team, all defensive team in the NBA. Michael Jordan put up 35 points on you every night, and he defended.
What up, Fluffy?
He defended the best player on the other team. I mean, especially in this watered down era of the NBA where guys just want to score and don't play defense. That's what even elevates more Jordan to the pantheon of the greatest ever, because the guy could shoot, could score. He wasn't very good in the beginning of his career on the three-point shooting on the perimeter. But if we go back to Jordan's story all the way back to North Carolina when he was cut from the team and was sent to play with the JV, when he came back to the varsity team, he promised himself he was going to be the greatest, and he achieved that.
All right. See me, and I think all the time it comes
That's good,
down to it always, for me, it comes down to errors, right? So I feel like a lot of the players from back in the day were restricted due to a system, right? So with that being said, I don't know who has that background noise, but
That's me.
oh, my bad. But so I felt like a lot of the players were restricted due to the system, so we didn't get to see a lot. And like you said, when the Penny Hardaways, the Grant Hills, they came along. Like Magic Johnson kind of set it off. Larry Bird was another one who kind of set it off because as a small forward, he could pass, he could defend, he could shoot, he could go to the hole. He'll dunk on you you didn't even know Larry Bird was dunking on people like that, but he would. I mean, it was a surprise. So like a lot of these people's skills were diminished, in my opinion, due to the fact they ran a system back then. Right now, it's just free for all. You got Giannis coming up the court with the ball at 6'11". You got Wemby shooting 37% from the goddamn free throw. I mean, from a 3-point range at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like those things, he's allowed to have the freedom. There's a freedom that these guys are allowed to have that they didn't have back in the day. So they played within themselves and within what the coaches wanted. And now they basically are the coaches. They tell the coaches what they want to run, and they just run it on the floor as they feel, kind of street ball games within the confines of rules. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about the situation.
Indeed. That's a great point, Heck. And adding to your point is that when you look at a guy like Charles Barkley, I mean, you look at Charles Barkley on the streets and he's going to look like your local used cars dealership owner. He doesn't impress anybody. He used to have like a beer belly back in the day. The guy was like 6'4". But mention 5 players that were tougher on the court than Charles Barkley. The guy won a couple of rebound, the champion rebound of the year in the NBA at 6'4". I mean, nowadays when Joe Johnson was 6'4". So at the end of the day, skills can get you far, but you need toughness. You need intensity and to combine it, and also durability. Because if you have the skills and the intensity but can't stay on the court, you won't get far. Like Penny.
That's number 2 power forward ever to play the game, in my opinion. Find another one, figure it out for me, because I don't think there's another one. Charles Barkley, I'm speaking of, behind Tim Duncan, of course. But let's stay. We got a couple NBA topics. I'm not gonna lie. This is how I'm feeling. So right now we have an MVP race. We got OKC in first place, but we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there doing what he done, coming off a championship, still averaging over 30 points a game, like 4 rebounds and 6 assists, right? We got your boy Wemby, that I think them losses that he took in the All-Star game and in the Olympics, it lit a fire under his ass. They out here in second place, like with the young team that they have moving forward. It's going to be crazy. He out here with 24, 11, and 3 blocks. The Lakers, Luka Doncic, your man's over there, and 33, 7, and 8. And mind you, he got suspended for having a 16th tech. I don't know if he's Draymond Green. I don't know what's going on. Why is he getting suspended, son? Like, what mouth does he have that he got 16 texts already? What's wrong with his attitude at this point? I'm confused. But anyways,
He's having
33,
child
7 and
support
8.
problems with his wife, with his ex-wife.
Yeah,
So he's a little aggravated right now.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then we got your man again, Mr. Joker. They fourth in the Western Conference. That man's averaging another triple double, Doug. Like 28, 12, and 10, and possibly 11 because it's 10.8. Like, there's no reason. Are we just not gonna give it to Jokic again because he's in the fourth in the Western Conference and blah 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 blah? Like, we're gonna give it to Shea again. Does Luka deserve it? Who, in your opinion, deserves this? I don't know who wants to go first, but right now, as you looking in, seeing what y'all seeing, who deserves the MVP at this point?
You want me to be honest with you?
Please.
It's Jaylen Brown. It's Jaylen Brown. And let me tell you why, man.
Okay, he's not in the mix, and that's crazy, right? But go ahead. I agree with. Go ahead.
Boston, it looked like Boston, the moves they made, Tatum's injury, like they were getting ready to take a season off, right? I'm like, okay, Porzingis gone, Horford gone, Tatum's out, Drew Holiday's gone. I'm like, okay, they just gonna take the season off. I was even at one point like, damn, at this point, do they take advantage and trade Jaylen Brown now and try to get some draft picks? And then when Tatum come back and then they put it together, take a season, get some good picks, get some good young players in or whatever. But what Jaylen Brown did is kept them right in the mix. And now
number two, number three,
they're number two, right? But now with Tatum back and Tatum coming into his role as the number two, they're the favorites to come out the East. With Cade Cunningham going through what he's going through, that was another person I was like, but I expected Detroit to make that leap after what they did last year. Boston, I didn't see this. So Jaylen Brown, to me, he would be my MVP.
You felt they was gonna be like the Indiana Pacers because they ain't had Tyrese Halliburton.
Bang. Not saying that Jaylen Brown wouldn't be good enough to carry it. I just didn't see. I didn't see it being like this. I thought maybe like a 6 seed, maybe a play-in team at best. Nah. No. Like, and Missoula definitely deserves Coach of the Year. So that's that. He would be my MVP. But based on the numbers, man, well, I think Joker got one more game to miss, and he's disqualified. And I think Shea as well. I think they both like got one more game and they're disqualified. So if that happens, then they're done. But Wemby, they could say he ain't the face of the NBA all the goddamn what they want. That's the face of the NBA. That dude is ridiculous. Offensively, defensively, a freak of nature. If he stays healthy, it's gonna be crazy. But either way, I wouldn't be surprised with an MVP.
Great point, San. And I have to agree with you. Joe Mazzulla, he deserves the Coach of the Year in the NBA. He has extracted the last drop of talent and good play from this Boston Celtics team that looked like he had a path leading nowhere after losing Jason Tatum last year. Jaylen Brown is a phenomenal player, and we touched on this topic before. He is the man in the Boston Celtics. As much as the NBA, the marketing teams, the PR publicists, and all of that want to make Jason Tatum the face of the squad, it is Jaylen. But this guy carries the Celtics on his shoulders. The team plays better. There's better ball movement when he's commanding the troop. And with Jason Tatum coming back, which again I've always stated my point that is going to be rushed and it's going to affect the overall dynamic of the team. Brown is going to be relegated to that 1B player within the team, and the Celtics won't get far. And with Cunningham out in Detroit, I still see the Knicks kind of like making some noise if they play within their parameters and what they are capable of. And my MVP is Wemby, no doubt. And the main reason for that is that when you look at a franchise like the San Antonio Spurs, one of the most decorated ones in the NBA, going all the way back to George Gervin, the Iceman, and the Admiral David Robinson, and Popovich and Duncan in those eras. The San Antonio Spurs went through a small period where they were becoming one of the relegated squads in the NBA, one of the teams that nobody looked up to for a couple of years before Wemby arrived. And at one point, it felt like the Spurs were looking like the New England Patriots in the 1980s when they were playing their football games in high school stadiums and handing out free tickets at Stop and Shop customer service desk. So this guy Wemby, he comes in and he basically gives instant credibility. This is a guy. I mean, as you know, Heck, and all of you know, I'm a huge follower of basketball abroad in Europe, Puerto Rico, Latin America, etc. Wemby was playing professional when he was 15 years old. This is a guy that was dominating, albeit that he didn't have no fake birth certificate like Dominican Little League baseball players. This is a guy that was dominating.
Right? Luka too played professionally at 15.
Luka Doncic was playing professional at 16 years old for Real Madrid, and Wemby already was playing at 15, and not only playing but dominating. So this is a guy that is extremely polished. He has carried his brand all the way to the NBA. The NBA is as popular as ever in Europe and abroad. And Wemby deserves the MVP. And there's a saying that great players make good players around them better. And Wemby, when you look at a guy like Stephen Castle coming out of the Yukon Huskies, going into the NBA and making the transition seems, seamless, Wemby has a lot to do with that. The guy can pass, the guy can shoot, the guy can rebound, the guy has grit, has hustle, extremely coachable. I mean, there's no flaws in this guy, and he deserves the MVP not only for what he has done individually, but what he represents to the squad, to the Spurs, and how he has brought up the organization back into the spotlight after Popovich leaving the team.
So, can we say at this point that Wemby, as Ant has said, is the face of the NBA? But let's think of something that Wemby brought back to the NBA that people were kind of missing in mind. He brought the competitive nature back. He gets upset when he loses, and that's something that a lot of people don't care about anymore. Is losing the All-Star game, the Olympics. It doesn't matter for Wemby. He wants to win at all costs, right? He wants to take your head off. You seen the plays the other night where he got dunked on and then came back and dunked on the next. You know what I mean? Like he's not playing with nobody. So do you think moving forward he can and will be the best player that we've seen since Michael Jordan?
I mean, Wemby, his skill set is a generational one. This is a guy that is, I mean,
one of one.
You've had, of course. I mean, you've had players like Dirk Nowitzki, tall,
absolutely
throwing from the perimeter, etc. But Wemby, if you go back to his beginnings in France, the guy is unique. I mean, we can't mention another big man with the smooth moves. I mean, the closest thing that I can see is Hakeem Olajuwon, that a guy that was extremely well with the dribbling, extremely competitive, but not even Olajuwon, one of the greatest to do it ever. Wemby is a one-of-a-kind talent, a generational talent, and he's definitely not looking forward, but in my eyes, he is and should be promoted as the face of the NBA. But Adam Silver and his goon squad, they keep pushing this LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, when they should focus on the growth of the game on a global level and the new faces in the game. Wemby is the face of the game. It should be the face.
Let me stop you right there real quick. Before all of that, we need to
like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
Yes, sir. Always hit that button, like and subscribe. Tell me because I need that Benz. I need that Benz. So we need to keep that rolling. Let's get me that Benz. But anyways, other than that, so what I'm thinking is, isn't this who Giannis was supposed to be? The way that he worked on his game from the 3-point for the mid range to all of this stuff, wasn't this who Giannis was supposed to be? So even with the championship that Giannis has and the skill level that Giannis has Wemby already surpassed Giannis?
Of course.
No,
I mean,
I don't think so.
I mean, go ahead, Dan.
No, I don't think so. His skill level, what he brings to the table, is unicorn. Both of them are unicorns, right? So it's a white unicorn and a black unicorn. There's different skill sets. Like Giannis is going to score. He's going to rebound. He's going to block shots. He can't shoot.
Wemby averaging 3 block shots a game.
No. But this is my point, right?
Okay.
Wemby does the same things. He just shoots better. But Giannis, the way they dominate the game, it just feels different. When Giannis is on top of his game, he dominates almost like Shaq. Almost like Shaq is down when he's in the post and he's grinding and he's dunking on everybody. Is when he's at his best. When he's trying to shoot jump shots, I can't stand it because they don't even look right. First of all, Now Wemby, on the other hand, he dominates in a way where honestly, his skill set makes his team better too. He makes his players better. He'll get the block and then pass it, and then pass it out to the wing, and then take a wing and catch the dunk at the other end. So it's two different skill sets, but I can't just say that he surpassed him. Not yet, but and back to what we calling him today?
That's Ron Artest's lawyer. So don't get crazy.
What he was talking about in regards to the global game, it's a global game, yes. And the foreign players would dominate the best players in the league at this point, but it's still an American game. So they're not going to take the face away from American not yet. I don't think it's ready. I don't think they're ready to do it, and I don't know why.
Soccer yet. This ain't soccer yet.
Right. I don't think they're ready to do it yet. Just not
as
yet.
You got three, possibly 4 if you want to count Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as a Canadian and above the borderline.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So you got 4 people that's in the MVP race. Where are we going with this at this point? You know what I'm saying? And then, but
you can't even forget about the Joel Embiids of the world. When he's healthy, he's still one of the best players in the NBA when he can stay healthy. So the foreign players, man, that's what it is. You even look at he's foreign, but he went to Michigan. What's homeboy from Orlando? The brothers.
Yes, sir. And in a couple minutes, if you want to respond, Ron Artest's lawyer, if you want to respond to that, go ahead. But after you respond, we're gonna take a quick halftime break, and we'll come right back. So do you want to respond to that or no?
Yeah. I mean, Wemby doesn't surpass Giannis' legacy. I mean, the guy is only 22 years old. But Giannis Antetokounmpo is a Victor Wembanyama order from two.
We know ball here. Go ahead. Yeah, let's go.
No.
So at the end of the day, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a Victor Wembanyama order from Timu. This is a guy that is up there, but Wemby is elite. Wemby is one of one. And one of the reasons why I think Giannis is so upset, so frustrated at this moment that he wants out is because he knew that he has so much potential and he hasn't been able to fulfill it when it comes to the squad and for himself. So skill set, Wemby, legacy so far, Giannis for now.
Right, before we go to halftime, that's why you got to think about it too. That's why the NBA is pushing Cooper Flag so much.
And two teams before we go to the halftime.
But go ahead. What's good, my guy?
before we go to the halftime, two things can be true at once. I mean, the NBA is an American game. We all know that. But similar to baseball, dominated by foreign players, Japanese, Dominicans, Venezuelans, etc., both can coexist. And when you take the NBA and the global scope that is taking now, it wouldn't hurt if the face of the league is a foreign player.
Oh, that's my bro, TJ. Okay, what's good, Chad? Stay tuned.
Right now,
Stay tuned. We'll get
right,
on the
right
halftime.
now, right now, we're about to take a halftime break, which means go pee, go make your grits. If anybody's seen the show earlier in our life, like we know what that means, right? But we're gonna come back in a couple seconds, and we got some more. We know ball here. We're gonna say let's see if you know ball after this. So let's get to this halftime show. Not always like and subscribe to the page. But here's the halftime show. I'll see y'all in a moment.
Now it's time for the What the Heck halftime show.
Hey, hey, drumline, lock in. We don't walk in, we slide in. We don't talk loud, we vibed in. What the heck? 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 We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, step with a bounce, hit a whole bang clean. Gold on the brass, and you know we gleam. Kick, drum, knock, made the whole field shake. Every move sharp. Yeah, we don't break. Horns hit high, then we drop down low. Crowd get hype when the snare rolls slow. From the stands to the field, feel the energy build. It's that real halftime show. No chill. Stop, cut. Stop, cut. Drumline, talk to 'em. Boom, boom. Dancers hit. Hey. Crowd scream. Hey, hey. What the heck? Hey, hey. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Hey, hey. What the heck? What the heck? We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Let's go. We talking sports. Yeah, yeah. Band too cold, yeah, we run this lane. Break down plays like a post. Game from the field to the mic, yeah, we bring that spark. Turn halftime hype into straight up art. Crowd on 10 when we hit that check. Everybody yell back. What the heck? Sports Talk Live, you know what's next. We the voice of the game, put it to the test. What the heck? 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 We talking sports. Let's go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What the heck? Let's go. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
What the heck?
Oh yes. Thanks to Savage, our guy. Courtesy of the Golden Lounge, Golden Sports Lounge. What the Heck show? We in the building.
I'm back.
That was Nick Cannis. That was Nick Cannis Drumline Part 3. Look, that's the halftime show. Like, let's get busy, you know. So, headed back to the stage over here. You know, we gonna get into another conversation that was brought to my attention. I actually added an individual to this scenario. But who deserves the Hall of Fame nod more? Dame Lillard, Russell Westbrook, or Rajon Rondo? I think about their careers, think about what's going on. But what do you guys think about those 3-point guards? And who deserves the Hall of Fame nod more when it comes down to it? If you want to answer first, Ant, please go.
Russ. I mean, he started what Joker's doing. I mean, we had Oscar Robertson. I mean, that's before our time. We didn't see it, right? So Russell Westbrook honestly is doing what we thought LeBron was going to be the one doing. which was averaging triple doubles, and as a small guard. What's that background noise? Is that me? I hear a lot of background noise. But anyhow, like he's doing what he did. He definitely deserves it. Dame, I like Dame. I like Dame, but in all actuality, what has Dame done? He made big shots, which is cool. I think he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I think he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. But I honestly, I never thought he deserved the top 75 nod anyway. I always thought that should have been Tony Parker over Dame. Um, and then you said Rondo. I mean, Rondo deserves it more than Dame. Rondo has at least had Rondo has at least led the league in assists. Dame has never led the league in anything. He was like 4 times the defensive team. Um, so it's
I'm
like
we know ball here. I'm not feeling Kyrie in the Hall of Fame situation in the Hall of Fame at all. CP3, yeah, you want to add CP3, but I'm not feeling Kyrie in the Hall of Fame conversation at all. But go ahead.
but I mean, well, we'll bring up that name in a minute. But those three, between those three, is Russ definitely, and I would say both of them are Hall of Famers. But if Rondo doesn't get in there on his first ballot, something's wrong.
Westbrook is the evident answer, albeit that he has played in a watered down era. And the main reason for that is that when he achieved the feat, the same feat that Oscar Robertson did, averaging the triple double, regardless, irrespective of that, it was done, in such a washed league, is still impressive. And Lillard and Rondo, they might have a case, especially considering how easy it's to get into the NBA Hall of Fame compared to other sports like baseball. So, but as of right now, if we were going to vote, who's going to the Hall of Fame, it has to be Westbrook. And like it or not, he's a guy that wakes a lot of passions among fans. Some people hate him, some people love him. In Spanish, they call him El Gallo Loco, which means the crazy rooster, due to his style of play, ever since he came into the league. So at the end of the day, you have to give it to Westbrook. The guy has put up the years in the league. He has been durable. He has played, albeit that he has played like in 19 teams, but the guy has been durable. He has gotten it done. He has caused a lot of trouble as well. He has gotten a lot of coaches fired. So this is a guy that has done it all. Westbrook evidently deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Again, not taking anything away from Lillard or Rondo, which farther down the road, they might have a case as well to get in based on their accomplishments.
So, like, I don't understand what's the name was saying, but Kyrie, I'm not. Please bring up Kyrie because I don't think Kyrie belongs in any Hall of Fame situation. Period. I mean, I don't. I know he did what he did. I know he's probably one of the most skilled players we ever have, but Hall of Fame situation, I'm not feeling that. Dame has been in the NBA 7 times, and the NBA is fucking does exist. What does that mean though? No rings, like no nothing. He hasn't beaten any of those guys. Period.
Going to Winnow Ball here. That's thank you for reminding us of that. He has been in All NBA 7 times. The guy has been, like I said in my previous point, the guy has been a great player, Dame Lillard. But at this moment, if we were going to vote Westbrook, Lillard, or Rondo, it has to be Westbrook. I mean, durability, putting up the numbers, longevity in the game, the profound effect that he has on the game, not only on the court, when he matched feet by Oscar Robertson, averaging a triple double, even if he has done it on a washed up era, but also the cultural impact. So Lillard is a great player,
So,
but at this moment, if we are going to cast a vote, who's going into the Hall of Fame? It has to be Westbrook.
so what accolades matter though? We know ball here with when it comes to Kyrie.
He
about
probably
Dame.
referring to Dame.
Got one
He
ring.
was still he's still talking about
Rondo has
Dame.
two. If I'm not mistaken, don't
He's talking about Dame.
He's talking about
I'm
Dame.
about to say don't talk about Kyrie. I'm about to say, but Dame is. I mean, Dame's been Dame time, and his time is up, and it's been up. Like you went back to Portland where you started from because you couldn't get it done with Giannis because you got hurt.
And looking
Giannis
at
got
my
it done without you. Giannis got it done without you, regardless. These are the things
Yeah.
that always have to be discussed. Like they got rid of Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday went to the Celtics and won. Drew Holiday at that point is the better point guard because he went to two
Well,
different teams, won them two championships. Who was the? That was the outlier. That was the common denominator.
don't ever
It
mention
wasn't
those 2
anybody
point
else. It was
guards.
Drew Holiday.
heck.
Don't mention
And
those. Don't mention them again.
before
Don't mention
before you
them
go
again.
on, heck, before you go on, we have to make a correction here because this show we always keep it factual here. So Dame Lillard in his career has 9 NBA All-Star game, 1 All-Star game MVP, only 1 All NBA first team, and 4 times All NBA second team. And when you look at the guy, when you look at the guy, he has had a good career, a solid career, but at the same time, Westbrook, you put Westbrook against this, of course it's going to be Westbrook. Not only of what Westbrook has done on the court, but his cultural impact, like it or not, to the game.
But can I stop you right there for a minute to talk to We Know Ball here? So he said accolades matter, but at the same time he said Kyrie just a better player. But being a better player and accolades is two totally different things. That's contradictory.
I mean,
Because if you don't have the accolades and being the better player at the same time, like how does that go together? And there's a lot of people that was better players. Brandon Roy was a lot better players than other people. Like there was people that was obviously
when you put
but
Lillard,
you put accolades, you can't put accolades on it
if we're gonna talk,
unless both of the two go together at the same time.
and if we're gonna talk about accolades, when you put Lillard on paper, I'm talking about on paper. When you put Lillard and Kyrie, they are basically on the same boat. Kyrie, the only difference is he has a ring. So basically, Kyrie's a 9-time All-Star, All-Star Game MVP 2014, 1 All-NBA second team, and 2 times All-NBA third team. So we're talking about 2 guys that, in comparison, I'm not talking about the eye test. I'm not talking about watching the games. I'm talking about on paper. Because the question that Heck formulated, it was extremely clear. If we were to vote today, who's going into the Hall of Fame? We're not talking about who's out of all these players, which ones deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But we're talking at this moment right now, it has to be Russell Westbrook, based on the question formulated by Heck.
Yeah, we having two that we having different arguments here. But
yeah,
the initial argument is the Hall of Fame. Today, I'm taking Russ.
Exactly.
I'm taking Russ, and it's hands down.
Simple.
It's hands down. But because I know where this stems from. There was a conversation that was had. It was a conversation that was had, and Kendrick Perkins said, if Dame Lillard is an all-star, then Rondo better be an all-star. And so that's where it stems from. And Rondo gets slighted a lot.
It was your comments, though. It was just your comments. We know ball here. It was your comments that made the debate different. But they all agreed with Russell with Russ.
Yes, but okay. So let me explain something to We Know Ball here. The question formulated by Heck was, out of these 3 players, Russell Westbrook, Damian Lillard, and Rajon Rondo, today, if we were casting a vote today, who we are voting for to go into the Hall of Fame? We all said Russell Westbrook. We're not disregarding, we're not dismissing the careers of Dame Lillard or Rajon Rondo. But at this moment, at this point, we didn't say vote on the 3 players. We are asking for 1 vote. So for me, it has to be Russell Westbrook. Now, for many people in our esteemed audience, they might have different opinions, and that's okay. But if we are casting one vote today, Sunday, March 29th, 2026, on my behalf, it's going to be Russell Westbrook. But I'm not saying that Dame or Ranger or Rajon Rondo don't belong in there. Their case is farther down the road, in my opinion.
So you'll take Russ as a first ballot.
No.
Me?
No.
Any of y'all, either one of y'all.
No.
Would I take Russ as first ballot Hall of Fame?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, how can and honestly, this is for all three names that you said. They're all first ballot Hall of Famers that I think. Of course, Rondo will be up probably, I think, maybe a year or so, where we'll see his name. But then you got, of course, Westbrook and Dame are still playing. But when it's their time, they'll be first ballot. I mean,
but he doesn't have any rings.
I have him going in.
Rondo has 2 rings, if
Two
I'm not
rings.
mistaken.
2
but
rings.
you got to think about it though, bro.
And Rondo has he hasn't led the league in assists 4 years, over 20 assists in the game, more than 10 times.
Neither does Tim Hardaway.
Disrespectful.
Tim Hardaway don't have no rings. Like, that's what went back to what Ron Artest lawyer was talking about, was the NBA Hall of Fame, to me, honestly, is become a joke, to be quite honest, anyway. All that voting and things that they do has become a joke. Everybody gets in at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody gets in at some point. The NFL, you got dudes that's about to die when they get that gold jacket.
Exactly. Dudes be going like in stretchers, like from the hospital with the oxygen on, to put their gold jacket, go back to the nursing home with their CTE in their brains, with all the concussions and all of that. At the end of the day, Damian Lillard, in my eyes, he's a Hall of Famer, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, because we can't contradict ourselves making asinine arguments. I mean, Damian Lillard is a guy that has been a 9-time All-Star, no rings. Yeah. He has been once All-Star Game MVP, no MVPs in the regular season, and at the same
MVP
time,
right now,
only he was the Rookie of the Year, but no MVP. So he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer, especially with the NBA.
We know ball. We had that conversation. Who is the MVP right now? We had that conversation prior to you chiming in, sir. You tell me who your MVP is right now. Because that was a conversation that we had prior to you chiming in, but appreciate you coming in for sure. Like, but talk to me. Tell me who your MVP is, because we just did this a few minutes ago before we had the halftime break and all of that.
But yeah,
I would like to know. We know Ball his answer at that point, but before he gives us the answer, I just want to. Nobody has said anything about Shea. Shea has obviously passed Wilt Chamberlain in 20+ points per game. We disregarded him in the conversation of MVP right now. He is last year's MVP and champion.
No, bro. So, we didn't do that. We didn't do that. We did, because remember I said Shea and Joker, I think, are both a game off. If they miss one more game, they're not even eligible for MVP.
Well, being that you got a surprise, my guy, for my people watching, and I will be sure what time you're doing your show. Please put that up, because I'd like to chime in the comments, because Michigan plays at 2:00. So please let me know what time you're doing your show.
We'll show some love.
Let us know, because we definitely love to chime in as well. But we had Jaylen Brown as the surprise over here. That wasn't my pick. That was Ant's pick, and Ron Artest's lawyer has confirmed that he agrees in that situation. So please let me know if we ruined your surprise. But go ahead.
Shea, the thing with Shea is the
got
same.
Another Michigan fan.
SGA. The problem with SGA is the same thing that we touched on in that BAM 83-point game show that we did. A lot of these stats, records, accolades. A lot of the things that we are seeing nowadays do not hold the weight, that we're accustomed to. So we don't dismiss all the things that SGA is accomplishing. Is that we are just not giving it so much weight because the circumstances where all these records and stats and all of this stuff being achieved is done under nowadays. So when you see a guy like Wemby, like I stated, as my current MVP and also as the face of the league, the guy that is and should be the face of the league, the main reason for my argument is that Wemby is a guy that he does it all. He defends, averaging almost 3 blocks a game. He scores. He has changed an organization. He's coachable. The guy has it all. It's a one of one. And at the end of the day, that kind of like shadows people like SGA, that phenomenal player. But at the same time, we don't put so much weight on what they do because of the state of the NBA. The NBA is an extremely soft league. It's a league that is run by middle schoolers drinking Capri Sun and eating chicken nuggets. It's a league that is being run. The jail is being run by the inmates, and
they went to Macaroni State, right?
Exactly, and until in Tuscaloosa Community College, and until the NBA does not get a commissioner in the same manners of David Stern, it'll keep being a joke on the product that is being put on the floor. So SGA, his accolades matter, but at the same time, under the circumstances that they are being done, they don't hold as much weight.
So we definitely will. We definitely will check this out. Whoever we know Paul here is, we'll check that out definitely. Just please give me a time because I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be in my zone when Michigan come on. You know what I mean? So, and then the Duke game come on. So
if it's after the Duke game and they lose, I ain't coming on shit.
Yeah. Well, listen, I definitely will chime in, my guy, because
I'll see you next
I
week.
appreciate you coming. I'm gonna support you as well. That's what's up. I
Good
feel
luck.
you. But so on that, I forgot where I was going here.
Well, let me just add one more ad because we went back to the face of the league. Wemby honestly should be the face of the league, as we stated, right? Because he is what he just refers to as a one of one, right? And that's what it should be. Someone who clearly stands out above the rest. Something that we haven't seen before and we probably won't see again. Right? That's when Michael Jordan was dominating in the league. He was so far ahead of his time that we didn't think we was going to see that again, right? And we got close, but it still wasn't him. So that's what face of the league should be. Kobe, when he became the face of the league, it was more like because of his determination, because of what he brought to the competition level of the game. Now, the league that we know it as of now, when it's LeBron was the face of the league, is the sissified league we got now. Sorry to the alphabet people. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just saying that the league we know now, and it's honestly and all credit to him though, he is also a one of one, because I don't think we'll ever see somebody playing a game at this level at 41, 42 again.
We know Paul here. He says y'all don't think they want an American face. I mean,
we talked about this too.
I mean,
yeah,
ideally,
Cooper Flag.
Ideally,
that's what they want.
Ideally, they are pushing Cooper Flag, but at the same time, we have to look at other leagues. When you take the MLB had record ratings last year after being in the shadows for a few years. They made a few changes, the pitch clock, all these foreign players, and now the face of the MLB is Shohei Ohtani. Baseball is as popular as ever in Japan and in Latin America.
Mets were winning that game in extra innings yesterday too.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, name an MLB team that doesn't have a foreign face. Like you go to the Mets, you have Lindor. You go to the Yankees. Each team has at least one foreign player. Now, ideally, it will be a guy like Cooper Flag or one of our own. But at the same time, if it has to be someone foreign,
right,
it wouldn't hurt the league, because at the end of the day, it'll still be an American league, the NBA, but with a global approach.
But
Like
MLB
you said,
still push.
we got four alleged three, but four alleged foreigners in our MVP race. Not
Right.
even
Wemby,
American.
Doncic, SGA, and Jokic. So at the end of the day, we are seeing it with our own eyes. We don't have to say it. We are seeing it with our own eyes. So if the face of the league, which again, in my
Yeah.
perspective, humbly, I think that Wemby should be the face of the league.
But like we were saying, these American leagues, they're not ready for that. Just like even you mentioned MLB, right? We all know that Otani is the best player, right? But is he more of the face than Aaron Judge? I don't think so.
And now that you bring that point, and that's a great point, because what it does, look at the World Baseball Classic, breaking records in the ratings. Japan, US, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, this, that, the other. So at the end of the day, it's good.
Venezuela.
It's good. It's, it's good for the sport. It's good for the sport if you will have this type of conversation like a Cooper Flag versus an SGA on a Wednesday night in prime time. So it's good to bring the competition level not only on the court but also culturally. So if at the end of the day, at least on paper, we have to say, hey, Wemby is the face of the league, because we have to stop with this joke that LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, these guys are limping out of their careers. I mean, we need to refresh the NBA and bring it into a new era, similar to what Kobe did by default when MJ left, and similar to what we spoke about before, that Carmelo Anthony, if anything, when he came into the league, he should have been the face of the league, because he had just won it all with Syracuse. The guy won 5 Rookie of the Month in his rookie year. Yet the Rookie of the Year was LeBron James. But that's a conversation for another topic. But at the end of the day, if Wemby has to be the face of the league, or a foreigner in this case, I don't have a problem with it.
No, me either. Because at the end of the day, the game is still the game. I don't give a damn who's the face of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see competitive basketball, and that's what Wemby brings. He brings that, so I wouldn't have a problem with him being a face. It's just the world, not the world. Adam Silver and the rest of America is not ready to push that narrative just yet. You just got to think about it, right? Because I'm gonna keep going back and forth now because you mentioned MLB. Even when Dominican Republic, when you guys were running the MLB for a long time, right? Like it was you guys. The NBA does not want to take that step. They do not want to take that step.
Is this like a? Is this a?
That's almost like when the world don't want a woman to be president yet.
Problem in the U.S. kind of like, because you know what I mean. Like they're not going to push the narrative to the best player to actually be the face of the organization. Like if you can't push Cooper Flag if he's not the best player. Like who are you going to push? Like there's no more.
Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. So we all can agree that there's a crisis, if we can say that, when it comes to not only that the way the game is played, but the talent that we're developing. Because, for instance, we have March Madness going on today, and we have over 300
football too. Roger Goodell too. Go ahead.
We have over 300 Division I schools that play basketball, and while we are pumping all this talent, foreign talent per capita keeps being more successful than our own players. So that is something that we not only need to question, but we need to look into. It's not something that is
playing professional at 12, as we mentioned
12,
before.
right.
I mean,
Luka Doncic, they get in the.
They're coming in NBA ready.
They're able to be NBA ready
that is
prior to even being in the NBA, because
that matters.
Playing in their own professional leagues, right?
That matters, but also what we brought up before. These kids, before they go on a court, they go with a notebook into the classroom and they are taught to play the game before they get on the court. And then you prove if you're good or not. So at the end of the day, if we want to have a face of the NBA to be one of our own, we need to develop the talent to be one of our own. Because
see, that's what they're doing in those countries where it's either what they're doing in those countries now is pretty much what we had to do in the hood back then, right? Is if you got to play sports or you got to rap or something to get out the hood. And those countries,
and yet we just got the Bobos,
right? In those countries, they're pushing sports as your way out. So you get when you're 12 and 13 years old and you have the ability to go play professional as you play for your country, because the talent level there is always that the diamond in the rough that you find. But you don't have that here. Everybody plays basketball here. You got those few where they have those clubs. We don't have that here. So we got the NCAA, as you said, we got a tournament of 64 out of 400 colleges. Right? So that's what we have to deal with. And the game, for whatever reason, is suffered big time. Like, we're not learning the game the same way that we used to learn it before. Because I'm pretty sure my mind, as far as basketball is concerned, is probably smarter than 90% of the league, and I have never played a game professionally, period. Intramural basketball player in college. So the game is being taught over there a lot better. I love what's happening, because what it's looking like is USA, you better step your damn game up. Step it up. Learn the game. Learn to play the right way.
I touched on this topic with Heck numerous times, and I take the Dominican players as an example. When you see a guy like Jackson Lenderborg, the great Dominican hope, which has played phenomenal for the Michigan Wolverines, and I wish him the best today in that game. If you go to the Dominican Republic, you have hundreds and hundreds of dudes that play like Jackson. His dad is one of the greatest point guards.
Yes, sir.
His dad is one of the greatest point guards to ever play, not in the Dominican Republic, but in Latin America. His dad's name is Okari Lenderborg. So the reason why a lot of these players are not coming to the NBA is because they can't go to college. And when they do, it's either with a birth certificate that says that they are 16 when they are 49, or if they are brought up when they are kids to big cities or to the United States in general, and they are able to go to schools. But when you look at a guy like Francisco Garcia, Charlie Villanueva, Luis Flores, Lenderborg, and numerous others, Dominican players that make it far, the only reason why there's not many more of them and they have to shine abroad, like in Europe, Puerto Rico, Latin America, Venezuela, etc., is because they can't play in the NBA. They don't have a path here because of the college. So imagine how many, back in the day, Arvidas Sabonis, you had a lot of players that never came to the NBA because they preferred, due to the political tensions with the US and all of that, to play back home. But a lot of them didn't want to come play here, but all that talent stayed there. So Europe has been pumping. When you think about the players, and I'm not talking about 80s or 70s, but from the 90s on, Peja Stojakovic, Turkoglu, Schrempf, Steve Nash, Nowitzki. So
there's a deeper. I didn't know Stojakovic played for freaking what's the name? His son.
Yes, his son. Exactly, for Illinois.
He was at Stanford first.
He ain't bad.
Exactly, he's a transfer.
He was good.
So at the end of the day, what we're seeing, this phenomenon of foreign players shining in the NBA, it's not something that is neither disregarding our own players, but rather it's a phenomenon that is because there's a reason for that. The talent that there's abroad. Like I said, Jackson used to play in Western Arizona, in Arizona Western. Then he went to UAB. If he wasn't for the NIL and the transfer portal, this guy would have gone unnoticed and he will be playing in the NBA G League. All of a sudden, he gets the exposure, he gets the polishing, and he's heading to be a top 10 pick in the NBA draft next year. And just like Jackson, there's hundreds and thousands of players that we don't get to see because they don't have a way to play here in the US.
Speaking of the NBA G League, we got a 3-time slam dunk champion who scored almost 60 points in the NBA G League. I think it's the highest that I think he's the highest scoring player in the G League right now. We're paying money for
Yo, but you gotta look at something.
Yo, that's real talk though. They do be dropping money to think their kids is going to be something. AAU to me kind of ruined. It ruined a lot.
Killed it.
Ruined a lot.
Before we get off that subject, real quick though, bro, real quick, with the foreign players, there's something that is just we've missed it. What happens is a lot of those countries are struggling, right? A lot of those countries, they struggle with money, as though You send those players over here to become the better players, right? Because some of them are the better players, like we said, and they take that money and send it back home and help build whatever they got going on at home. And then now they are able to start funding the war and things like that. So there's a lot of deeper connection to what is happening in regards to, like, look at Joker and Luca, dudes. What, their countries are like neighbors, right? So they bring all that, they get all that money and they send it back. They get all the money and they send it back, and they help develop those countries. So there's an emphasis for those players.
No, that's 100 proof captain, my guy.
Those players are being developed for that reason. It's almost like sports for them is now their military. So that's what they're doing in all actuality, if you look a little deeper into that. But go ahead, bro. You was on the McClung.
No, we're gonna this is
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
because at this moment, I don't know what y'all did during the week, but
yes, sir.
But we're going to have our what the heck moment of sports. So I don't know what y'all been doing, but I know I did my little research.
What the heck?
And I'd like to get you guys' what the heck moment, but I'm going to share mine first. And I don't know if y'all gonna know where I'm going, but listen, this is starting to get crazy at the moment. For my what the heck moment,
boy,
what?
Yo,
what happened, Tiger? Like, this is number. This is
Tiger
number
Woods.
2, bro.
Nah, actually 3.
2 or 3 exactly.
3.
Like, but this is what we doing to our $100,000
Yeah.
vehicles. This is like, at the end of the day, this is what we doing. Like, look at the hair plugs. I don't even know if he should keep it anymore. Like, that's why he wear hats all the time. But I'm confused. In the same place in Jupiter, Florida, you getting pulled over in the same town, you crashing in the same town, you're drunk in the same town. I'm confused on what's happening with my guy, Mr. Tiger Woods, who just played a game. Like, we got the thing coming up, the tour coming up.
Tiger is one shape up away from going bald.
That's what my thing was. You're sitting here you're talking about the car and all that. Yo, Tiger, cut that shit off.
One shape up away. He's one shape up away from going bald. One.
It's gotta go.
You gotta go, bro.
You gotta, yeah,
gotta go. Give it up.
But Tiger was out. Tiger was literally. So this how Tiger look every time.
Right, when he get in the car.
Like, every time he get in the car, this is what he doing.
Every time he get in the car, that's how he look.
This is what we doing, Mr. Tiger Woods. Like, this is my what the heck moment of the week. I don't understand where we going here. You got your son Charlie out here getting hole-in-ones. He trying to take on the legacy, you know what I mean, and keep it moving forward from you and being the greatest out there. Like, your black Chinese side and did what it did, you know what I mean? And you put us on the map, bro. You're one of the greatest golfers ever in the history of the game, right behind Jack Nicklaus. Like, and this is what you doing out here, man. This is what we doing, Tiger.
It is.
Like, I don't get it. Is it the pills and the drinking? Or is it the depression? Because you know you can't get out there no more. You in the indoor league. You trying to get it popping in the indoor league. You can't walk in the indoor. I don't know what's going on with you, my guy. But
I don't know.
But we need to figure it out. And that's my what the heck moment of the week. We got two 3 DUIs at this point. He looking. I mean, look at the bags under his eyes. Look at the bloodshot reds. You know what I mean? Come on, dog.
It is
We flipping
unfortunate.
cars.
It is unfortunate that Tiger
How
career
you
has
get
come
out of
to.
this? Was he? Did he come to the passenger side like a movie? Like how you get out of this? Like what did you do here, my guy? Like, come on, Tiger, man. Let's get it together, my G. Let's get it together. I need him because he's great for golf. He's great for golf. We still need him, even if he's not playing. He's compared. People are trying to catch him.
That's the thing. He just came back from injury to play in the tournament, and then this happens the very next day.
But he played in an indoor league, right? So he played in a joint they have on ESPN or whatever.
TGL.
And it's an indoor league that they have, the TGL, whatever. Yes, and they play, and he came back to play. And you know, everybody was like, "Oh, he's coming back to play and practicing that, so he could prepare for
the Masters
this the upcoming week." And then he goes and flipped the car over on another DUI. Like where is this coming from, bro? Like, is this really him, or is this a conspiracy? Like, are we doing something to Tiger? Like, are we trying to push Bryson DeChambeau and the other cats? Like, I don't know, but Scotty Scheffler, like, are we trying to keep Tiger out the mix? Like, what are we doing here? Because Tiger is forever cemented, especially for the black folks in this world. The reason why I go out there every week during the summertime and I'm out there with the clubs. Let me know, but that is my shit. I don't understand what's going on with him. Maybe he could come on the show and tell us his real explanation. Other than that,
I'll talk to his PR agent, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah. As Ron Artest's lawyer, I'm gonna need you to figure that out, my G.
Perhaps he could be using my services soon, man. Like I can defend him because he's going to court for sure. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate that Tiger Woods. I mean, this is a guy that is 50 years old, and if you guys have the opportunity, there's a good documentary on him called Tiger on HBO Max. It's a 3-part series, which details, how he will go into Vegas and spend $500,000 in 5 minutes, take 3 escorts back to his hotel room. This is a guy that has had it all, always has gotten away with a lot of things. I mean, there's not a lot of people that you see out there that have 3 DUIs and are walking free. A lot of people out there get one in their lives, become a complete mess. They have to change jobs. They have to change positions. They get divorced. A bunch of things happen to them. So it's just unfortunate, especially now that his son Charlie is up and coming, and that his league, the TGL, had such good ratings, and he's becoming one of those sports venues during the winter time where people can watch golf. And for all of those that love playing golf and watching it, the 2 things that you learn are discipline and integrity. And it seems that Tiger has lost his discipline completely, and his integrity is a question after all these things. We all have done things that we might regret and things that we're not proud of. But at this point, 50 years old with so much money, you could get a chauffeur, you could do your things, you go to another country. But Tiger just keeps making a spectacle of himself, and he's unfortunate.
And the sad part about it is,
and he needs to go ball as well.
The comment that we know Ball here made is as funny as it is. That's where it went wrong. He's never found his place, period. Right? And I want to have a conversation that I can't because of what's in the other room, where those type of things go where that happens, right? It's the same thing like OJ. When you don't know who you are as a person, you're going to do everything backwards and dumb. You're never going to understand who you are if you don't recognize what's right there in front of you. You know what I'm saying? For you negate being a black man. You negate being a black man, so you really don't know who you are.
Yeah,
so these are the things that he's done.
It's nail on the head. Like, I was letting these guys talk. I didn't want to say that. Sorry, guys. Like, we know Ball here. Like, I didn't want to say it and chime in because these guys were speaking. I was letting them say it. But exactly what you just said. There's no reason for you not to have a driver at every. You shouldn't even be driving if you go into some place that has alcohol. Like, why are you even driving, my guy?
Yeah, and I wouldn't. I honestly, that's the dumbest thing.
Asinine at this point. It's all the way. Like, listen.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh no, my guy. That's a red flag on the play.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and like I said on my previous take, he should have a chauffeur. This is a guy that is 50 years old. This is a guy that lost his first family, divorced, sexual addict, drug addict, alcoholic. So I don't know if there's still
Sex
hope.
addict.
I don't, I don't know if there's still hope for him, but it's going back to Anne. The documentary goes in depth to that, how basically he was forced to play the game. He was forced to play the game by Mr. Earl Woods, how he always had to confront if he was black or if he was Asian. He didn't enjoy playing the game. Tiger, the documentary is an extremely if you like golf, playing it or watching it, and if you ever have off time, I highly recommend it because it gets into the psyche of this man who has it all, but keeps acting like he wants to lose it all at the same time.
He lives his life thinking there's no consequences, right? And that's just another thing where when you brought up that way of not understanding what your life is and what life is in general, you're gonna make these stupid decisions. And like you said, it's no way, yo, bro. We talk, we laugh, we joke. I play Mega Million Powerball every week, every day. I play something just with the dream of being able to get that kind of money. I am not driving myself after 8 p.m. Period. Because I'm not going to drink before that, right? Now, if I'm going somewhere where I know there's going to be drinks, I'm not driving myself. I don't do that now. If I know I'm going to be drinking like that, you get an Uber.
And you know what's funny?
That's simple.
You know what's funny that you bring this up? A few years ago, one of the kids of the founder of Walmart, the Walton family, which owned the Denver Broncos as well, he died in an airplane crash. And they said an airplane, mind you, that he built himself and he flew himself and he died. And they say that statistically, billionaires, they usually die in these exotic ways, in a car they build themselves, in an airplane that they build themselves, because they have so much money and power that they get bored and they start looking for risk. So I don't know if all this risk that this guy Tiger is taking is because he's bored, because he has gotten away with a lot of things, like the guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's hey man. Just I hope this is his wake up call. I'm pretty sure it's not, because it's not as we got to see what happens when he goes to court. But I hope something snaps him back in reality so he can start to reclaim some of the prestigious things that he brought to the game and to the world. So I don't know.
It's just sad. It's just sad.
I got my what the heck moment this week. It's a person we talk about every day.
Let's
LeBron,
go.
Stop promoting Bronny. Stop promoting
assist. The one assist to your son, like this is a real thing. Go ahead.
Like it's cool. I get it. You know, it's something that's never happened before. We never thought we'd see it in the game of basketball, where a father and a son is playing and they're on the same team, and you know, it's cool. But stop acting like as soon as you retire, like your son he might as well retire too. Because it's over. It is over. So I root for Bronny, but I see the development. He's getting better. But
what are you talking about, AQ ball? I mean, we know ball.
No, he talking about me. He talking about me. Yeah, man. Those are some rough days, some rough battles out there. But you know.
So he said, Astoria, Queens. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I got you. I played out there a couple times.
So he
shout out to Queens, my home.
He need to stop promoting that, man. Stop promoting him. Let him build himself, because that's been the downfall the whole time. As your promotion of him and what he's really been worth. If you would have let things just happen naturally, like how Del Curry and all and everybody else allowing their sons to just progress, and this, if they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. That's what it's supposed to be. This is the scrutiny he gets because of your mouth.
Bronny at this point don't even belong in Macaroni State College, man. The kid, they were trying to emulate the feel-good story of Ken Griffey Sr. and Mr. Ken Griffey Jr., the kid, but it'll never be the same. It's over. Once LeBron is gone, take Bronny with him to help him mow the lawn and shine the rims in the Escalades and stuff, but Bronny doesn't belong in the league. The talent is not there, and he's just making a spectacle of himself. So at the end of the day, the feel-good story of dad and kid, succeeding him is not going to be a reality.
You got anything on that, Steve?
And for my what the heck moment of the week. So the third baseman for the Philadelphia Phillies, Alec Bohm, basically put his pants.
I had to look up curmudgeon, by the way. I don't like that. I had to look that up. I know a lot of words. I had to look that up. Sorry about that, brother. You continue.
What like honestly, what is that? Like I don't know either. Like what the heck is
pretty
that?
much I'm an old disgruntled man now. That's
so that's the what the heck word of the week as well. So
right.
At the end of the day,
bro, what are you talking about, man?
So my what the heck moment sports of the week is Alec Bohm. This is a third baseman from the Philadelphia Phillies. He comes into the league, gets a nice contract, a lot of millions of dollars. He puts his parents to manage his money. He just found out that they be stealing from him all this time. So now Alec Bohm is bringing his
first one.
Alec Bohm is bringing his parents, the third baseman from the Philadelphia Phillies. As Ron Artest's lawyer, I know everything that goes on the judicial system. He's bringing his parents. He's suing them. He's bringing them to court because they've been stealing money. As of right now, he with the help of his accountant and lawyer, they have discovered more than $4 million have been funneled from Bomb's accounts and salaries into their parents, and there's nowhere for the money to be found. So they were buying Range Rovers, they were buying trips to the Bahamas, they were buying everything, lavish holidays with their friends and stuff, and they basically have been stealing from their son, Alec Bohm, the third baseman from the Phillies, for the past.
Foul on the damn play, man. Foul on the play.
It's wild, it shows you how it's almost biblical, because most of the times you see kids stealing from their parents when they are aging, like they put them in the nursing homes and start getting their benefits, 401ks, etc. But it's unheard of.
Stealing from Mike Tyson.
Exactly. I mean, it's unheard of parents, like he trusted them, because a lot of these players, they end up broke. Dominican players in baseball, they know that they know about that a lot, how they earn all these millions of dollars and then they end up broke because they put the money in strangers' hands and they don't manage it well. And here's Alec Bohm trying to, trust the people that brought him to this world, his father and mother. And all of a sudden, as of right now, because there's a lot of money that is unaccounted for yet. So basically they are going to court. I don't know how. I hope it doesn't happen to any of us. I hope it doesn't happen to anyone, but it's not going to feel good, being in court. I've had my days with Ron Artest since the Menace in the Palace episode, and going back and forth, child support, changing his names, world meta peace, and all of this. So it should feel bad seeing your parents on the other side, you suing them and having to fight them over money. So it's a what the heck moment sports of the week, but it's a very sad one when it comes to the family level.
Right. That's that's more than a what the heck moment. That's a what in the world? What the fuck? It be like, who, if you can't trust your own parents, who can you trust? You know what I'm saying? Like at this point in the game, he might as well be like, yo, I might as well just take up some online classes in accounting and just deal with my own money. Like
I'm so sick of these people. You know, oh.
Yeah, like Ray Allen had to be his own agent. Like those type of things, man. Because when you can't trust the people that you love, the people that birthed you, like that's ridiculous.
Look at Miguel Tejada. I don't know if you remember him from the Major League Baseball. The guy earned over $100 million, and right now he's in the Dominican Republic selling empanadas out of a bicycle. So at the end of the day,
I'm out. Yo, good night. Good night. Show's over. Show's over.
At the end of the day, I mean the guy is selling empanadas, out of his bicycle.
What the heck?
It's just. I'm gonna keep it a buck, you know me. I'm gonna keep it real, you know me. Heck, the guy is in shorts. Miguel Tejada is in the Dominican Republic right now in shorts and flip flops and a tank top, selling empanadas. He's broke for trusting the wrong people with his money, and Alec Baum thinking that his parents
I quit.
Hey, y'all. Please like this show and subscribe to the channel.
Yo, nah, son. Nah. No.
I don't even. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care about anything else you said after he's selling empanadas. I really don't. Like,
empanadas, son. Son, nah, yo.
It's just a lesson. Before we go, it's just a lesson. Watch who you trust. Watch who you trust. Watch who you surround with.
All right, bro. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. We gonna show some love to this show.
Yes, sir. All day, all day. I gotta figure out the TikTok and all of that you're gonna be on, and I'll chime in. But you doing it during my Michigan game, bro, is wild business. You heard?
Yeah, I'll be at a 80th birthday brunch.
I expect a big game from
TVs in there.
From the great Dominican Hope, Jackson Lenderborg. A great game from him, and I think Michigan got this game. It'll be a tough one. It'll be a close one. I don't think Tennessee is going. The height in the Wolverines is just unstoppable. With Mara, Lenderborg, this guy play tall and play fast, so it's going to be tough for the Volunteers to stop the Wolverines today.
And my guy Johnson, and people are forgetting about Gale Jr. and Burnett, like coming off the bench that were there last year. Those are the guys who were there during the Juwan Howard nonsense, and they went through all the BS, and they was carrying this team when we were trash. Now they're seniors, and they are a significant part of the energy, the defense, and keeping the five in check. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need. And squads, you know what I mean? And any team, you need that veteran presence. You need people who've been there. That's the coaches, people that run the plays right, that give that energy. Gale Jr. is, listen, that guy's different. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you want to call him, who you can compare him to. Somebody who comes off the bench and just brings the energy. Right now I can't come off the top of my head with somebody who does those type the intangibles, does all the intangibles moving forward. We got what we need going 7-8 deep. You know, you always shorten the rotation. College is still fundamentally sound and based on the plays and going through the big men, backdoor screens, pick and pops and all of that, 3-2 zones, 2-3, boxing one, whatever you want to do. They still do all of that. And we are doing it better than everybody else at this moment. Arizona, like I said earlier, definitely, as I watched that game yesterday, picked it up against Purdue, against one of the people who, the point guard from Purdue, who is now the league leader in assists in college basketball history. And I think he beat out Bobby Hurley at this point, right? It's the Braden over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. All-time assist leader. Yep.
Yeah, he's the all-time assist leader.
Yep.
Beat up on Bobby Hurley with that. And I don't, and when these feats in college are accomplished, I don't put an asterisk next to it, because you stay there for 4 years, you stay there for 3 years, you've done your job. You're comparable to a Bobby Hurley at this point.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like Carmelo Anthony deserved to come out after his freshman year. He won a championship.
Yep.
Right.
I don't have to do anything else. I won a championship my freshman year. I'm considered from high school at Oak Hill. I'm considered one of the best scorers in the nation, if not the best scorer in the nation. It was LeBron and him. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, let's just keep it a buck. He's still a better scorer than LeBron. And always has been. But
great show, guys. Amazing. Shout out to you, Heck, for being great and excellent as always. Our executive producer, Mr. Savage. To our loyal audience, keep showing up every Sunday at 10 a.m. What the Heck Sports, the #1 show on YouTube. Sports Objective, not the Mickey Mouse stuff that you see on ESPN. And just one last thing, one advice that I want to give everybody in the audience, and this is something serious. Just make sure you check who you trust your money so you don't end up like Miguel Tejada selling empanadas out of his bicycles on shorts and flip-flops.
Right.
Son got a food truck after making $100 million.
But yo, nah, fellas, it's been awesome. And man, we getting real good at this, man. We getting real good at this. They better watch out. They better watch out.
I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing. We're gonna keep it pushing. I mean, I think, we've been good at this. I mean, this is great. You know what I mean? Moving forward. I'm getting better. I'm getting back to my old form. Some of these shits just because of y'all, the questions just come off top of the dome. You know what I mean? Some of these questions I did not have in my notes, but because of you guys' banter, you guys' back and forth, you guys helped me and freestyle. You know what I'm saying? We could go on on one of them radio shows with the rap and all that and do our freestyles. I got that, right? We good. So they're just on top of the dome, my G. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It is what it is, and with the help of, Mr. Savage in the background, putting all this stuff together, the halftime show.
No doubt.
Obvious things that he,
Like, subscribe, and share What the Heck Sports Show.
We've been doing this, for a while now. Honestly, I think I've been on since how long we been on? Since 2021, 2022?
21.
Yeah, and I took a small hiatus, due to certain things. But we're back now. You know what I'm saying? We back as me and an addition to the squad. Mr. I don't know who the hell he's gonna be from week to week. We don't know his name. We probably never will. And but whoever he is, he brings a different he brings a different swag and a different the stats. He brings the jokes, the empanada truck. You know what I mean? Like you can't. And he's a Jets fan. He's always going to be sad. You know what I mean? Like,
we're going to be watching that 216 pick
Fernando
too.
Mendoza, or whoever you get, you're still going to be sad for the rest of your life until you get the hell up out of MetLife Stadium, bro. Get your own stadium and do something else with Geno Smith and the rest of your green machine and your fur coats from freaking Joe Namath back in the day. I'm going to need you up out my shit. I think your rent is overdue. And we're gonna need you about my shit. But anyways, I appreciate what he brings to the table. It's definitely like a breath of fresh air with the three of us. And we're gonna keep this shit rocking. Like every week, we're gonna come in here every Sunday, 10 o'clock. We're gonna do what we do. And that's that. That's that. Hey. So, hopefully go Michigan. I don't know what's gonna happen when UConn.
Let's go Duke. Let's go Duke.
And then obviously I hope Arizona loses because I need to win this battles. I'm running low in my cabinet. But that's the only reason. I'm in second place, by the way. I was in third. So guess what?
Yeah.
Arizona lost will put me in the fucking driver's seat. Let's go. Let's go. But we'll see
All right,
y'all again
fellas.
next week. No, God's willing. We all do what we do. We'll see y'all again next week. Great show, fellas. And big ups to everybody for who coming in the chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out, bro. Y'all kept it going.
You know what I mean? And good conversation. You know what I mean? We'll see y'all next week. I got some more bullshit for y'all. So go Michigan. Whatever happens to Duke in Arizona, screw y'all. Gotta go.
Yeah, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans of the game, Stack King. If it's got a scoreboard, you know we talking about it. What the heck? This is all on Stack again. To the gridiron, fast breaks to the end zone, walk-off, knockouts, buzzer beaters, yeah, we breaking it all down. Big plays! Hard take! Championship debate! What the heck? This is all Welcome to What the Heck Sports, where we break it down.
Yep.
Yeah, we still live? No, take it off live.
Bum, bum, bum.